Russell Westbrook joined the Sacramento Kings today. How did this come about?
Well, listen, the Sacramento Kings have been eyeing Russell Westbrook all summer long, so there's been some flirtation for about 3 or 4 months.
Got it.
You have to remember when you're talking about the Sacramento Kings, they underwent a new regime in the front office. Scott Perry, the new general manager over there, along with assistant general manager DJ Armstrong. And so they wanted to have an opportunity to evaluate the roster and what skill set was, on the court for them. And so they felt like, looking at some of the preseason games, looking at training camp, they felt that they desperately needed a backup point guard. And that's what Russell Westbrook is going to provide. And I want to also mention this, MJ. We talk about Scott Perry and what he's trying to instill. He calls it 6 pillars to building an identity in Sacramento. He wants it to be competitiveness, tough, team-oriented, accountable, disciplined, and professional. He feels like Russell Westbrook brings those traits.
I know you said backup point guard there, but do you think they start Russ?
No. Sources inform me that Dennis Schroeder will be the starting point guard.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook will come off the bench, something he's been accustomed to over the last few years. But also I want to note that DeMar DeRozan, he was one of the main guys on that team that was vouching for Russell Westbrook to come on board. So as of right now, it seems like it's a match made in heaven.
Now, there's always one found on the table for their guy, right?
For sure.
But we are 6 days out before the start of the season. I mean, what took so long?
Yeah. Well, listen, I think at the end of the day, when you look at the landscape out there, some teams needed a backup point guard. Some teams just didn't want to pull the trigger. They fear of continuity issues and things of that matter. But again, the Sacramento Kings, with the new regime in the front office, they wanted to make sure and try to give guys that's on the roster already a chance to prove that they can step into that backup point guard spot. Dennis Schroeder, if he were to go down, they really don't have another real legitimate point guard. And so this is more of an insurance policy.
Fair enough. All right, you see the phone locked in his hand?
It's
Never not working. Okay. Thank you, Chris. You'll be back, of course, with more news and updates later in the show. But this is, man, I kind of like the last minute, moves here. It keeps us on our toes, if nothing else. Back with Rudy Gay and John Wall. Guys, do you like Westbrook's fit with the Kings? Rudy?
Do I like his fit? No. I like the fact that he has another opportunity.
Okay. What about it don't you like?
This team is a makeup of a lot of different players that kind of do the same thing. It's kind of a bunch. You have Zach LaVine, who's still trying to prove himself. You have DeMar DeRozan, who is, kind of their staple when it comes to finishing games and stuff like that. You have Dennis Schroeder, from what I've seen, has been doing a good job of moving the ball around and getting some continuity. But, the question is the bench, and it's also with Sabonis. How does he work in that? So, Sabonis is used to having the ball in his hands also. You have 3 other people that need the ball in his hands. Russ, also a guy that can run the offense and plays downhill, which not really good for a player like Sabonis. He needs the ball in his hands. So, we'll see, and I hope for the best, but, to me, it kind of looks a little different.
What about for you, John?
Yeah, I think so. And also, I think you look at Russ, you look at probably Zach, Schroeder, they want to get up and down the floor. They want to play with tempo. Look at DeMar and Sabonis. Those are key guys they want to go to. They want more half-court, slow-paced games. So I kind of don't see how it would work, but I'm just happy to see Russ get another job and get an opportunity to play in the league. But we got to kind of wait and see. And also, you got to wait and see how they fit in with Malik Monk. What is his role going to be?
Right.
How many minutes he's going to be? He's a guy that was a scorer for them last year, was their starting point guard. And now he has to go back to the role of, is he going to have the ball a lot? Russ is a point guard we know that needs the ball to get downhill, to push the pace, but Malik needs the ball also to score and be aggressive. So that's kind of what I want to see from their team.
More mouths to feed for sure. How do you feel about the timing of all of this, though? A week before we tip off, was that a big surprise to you, John?
Super surprised. I know I pay attention. I know they've been trying to find ways to trade and get Russ there or sign him as a free agent. One thing about Russ, though, he's a true professional. He's always going to be in shape. He's preparing himself to be ready. The most important thing is game shape. I mean, working out shape and things like that is totally different in game shape. So that's the only thing I'm worried about is the game shape he'll be in. But I know being a true professional, he's going to be ready.
Yeah, was the timing, whoa.
For me?
Yeah.
I would say that if Russ was maybe, 10 years younger? For me, it's like, okay, you didn't have to go through camp. So, Russ, you should come here to help us out. Keep him healthy. Let's keep him healthy throughout the season. But, I know, knowing Russ and knowing, his background, we know he's going to be in shape. He's going to bring the intensity.
Right.
And I'm just happy to say he can add on to the Hall of Fame career he already has.
No question. Well, and that's the thing that we can't forget. The level of talent that he has, the level of experience that he has. It's not like this man hasn't been tested. He
There'll
knows what
be
to do.
no Russ scrutiny over here.
None.